Although capital budgets and infrastructure funding often flow largely independent of college and university operating budgets, investments in new or renovated facilities often signal institutional priorities and reflect new trends in programs and services. This week, trends in campus construction at 14 Ontario universities. Let's take 10 and take a look. At the 2016 Ontario University's Fair, I heard from presidents and administrators about new construction and renovation projects on 14 campuses. We just focused on the highlights because, frankly, it sounds like the hammers never stop.
Well, we continue to upgrade our facilities.
There's always something moving and being renovated.
Well, we've been very active, I think like many other Ontario universities, in building new facilities.
So the whole campus is going through constant renovation.
Still, some campuses have been undergoing massive change in the past few years.
Where do you want me to start, Ken? There's been significant capital investments at Laurentian University over the last 5 years.
To say the least. When I was on Laurentian's campus a couple of weeks ago, they were just completing the $34 million campus renewal program, renovating 9 buildings and virtually every classroom. The University of Windsor has seen a major campus facelift in the past few years as well, closing campus roads to traffic and replacing parking lots and dilapidated buildings with green space, pedestrian walkways, and outdoor furniture.
And we've significantly revamped the campus. We've pedestrianized it to a great extent.
OCAD University is undergoing a massive renewal and expansion program of about 150,000 square feet altogether at its downtown Toronto campus.
OCAD University is very excited about some of our growth in our campus. Over the next 3 years, we'll be opening the Creative Cities campus, which is a major new refurbishment of all of our traditional art and design studio programs.
Many institutions have established satellite campuses downtown to serve working professionals, part-time students, or simply to be closer to relevant communities. The University of Windsor is a typical example, with multiple sites in downtown Windsor that it has reclaimed and renovated. The former Windsor Armouries site is being renovated to contain the new School of Creative Arts and Music faculties. The former Greyhound Bus Depot has been repurposed to hold the film program. A parquet has been developed to provide outdoor performance space, and the former Windsor Star newspaper building has been completely gutted to create a new home for the Centre for Professional and Executive Education and the Social Work program.
We just opened a new school of social work in downtown Windsor, where a lot of the community agencies are, a lot of the organizations that work with people in need, and it's a tremendous opportunity for our students. They're really engaged with it.
And we're going to be opening an extension campus on Toronto's Waterfront that will have a focus on the connected world, Internet of Things, taking the creative capacity of art and design and putting it in front of all these emerging technologies. We also will be opening the Mirvish-Gehry Centre for Visual Art and Art History, and that will be a phenomenal facility designed by Gehry, of course, a world-class architect.
A lot of campus construction is creating extroverted social spaces for students to relax or study.
We have added significant capacity for study space all across the campus. So anytime we get an opportunity, we create those sort of spaces in our residences, in our academic buildings, and everywhere.
One thing that is very unique for the students who are coming this year is the Student Learning Center on Yonge Street. It's a building that was designed to address the needs of students. This is why each floor has a different layout, different design, different color, different personality. You can be on the 6th floor where you have the beach just to relax, and then go to the 7th floor to find a quiet area and do your assignment and work. And then move to a seminar room where you can be part of a discussion with other students and so on.
As far as support for students, our Students Association is breaking ground on a new students building next month.
We're in the middle of constructing a new student center. That's a $20 million project. It's on the banks of the Otonabee River. I think it's in keeping with Trent's architectural tradition. It's going to be quite a spectacular building.
After our coverage of evolving student residences in a previous episode, it won't surprise you that many institutions are investing in new campus housing or upgrading food services.
Oh, in the last year, we added 2 new residences, Brand House and Smith House, which opened last year, so they're just admitting their second cohort of students this year. So those are 2 great new residence buildings.
In Aurelia, we've just completed a new residence building, a new cafeteria in the last 2-3 years. So those are pristine, beautiful, brand new buildings.
University also has a new great hall with all you care to eat. All the food is prepared fresh in front of you, and the satisfaction of students in terms of food services has significantly improved as a result.
For years now, institutions have been building more user-friendly student services on campus, from student service streets to one-stop service centers, and the trend continues.
We're building right now a one-stop shop student center. By the end of the year, we're going to have this great facility where students can come and get all their services for registration and housing and student aid and all the services you want from one person in one place at one time, either by email, phone, or in person.
Likewise, Laurentian University is creating a new one-stop student center on a clustered services model, bringing together the registrar's office, student awards, student cards and parking passes, and much more. Queen's University is consolidating its student wellness services.
The old PEC, the Phys Ed Center, will be updated now, bringing all of our student wellness services together in one location, which is very exciting, right in the heart of campus.
Institutions are increasingly delivering specialized services to designated student groups, like Indigenous or international students.
We're opening an Indigenous Cultural Center, which we're very excited about. We have a fantastic Indigenous Visual Culture program, research center, and also student center, so that's expanding.
New Indigenous Shared Learning Center.
We're now opening up a whole new international student center with our English language program into the first floor of the library. We've got new classrooms and a lounge both for international and domestic students to get to know each other.
I've long said that libraries are very much on the bleeding edge of technological change. The digital revolution transformed campus libraries long before it changed teaching or classrooms. Several institutions I talked to had either just completed a library renovation or were about to start one.
We're doing a lot of renovation work. We finished the library, it's been renovated.
Our library is going to be expanding by threefold, so it'll be an amazing art and design library of the future, so a lot of collaborative space for students. As an art and design school, you actually need to have a great book collection of artist books and very sort of industry-specific publications.
We're hoping to do a major retrofit of the Battle Library. And the Battle Library is it's an iconic Canadian building. It's in books on architecture, but it's 50 years old, and it partly needs renewal from the point of view of heating and windows and sustainability. We will be bringing in digital infrastructure, and we will be changing the library to a much more active, dynamic place for learning.
Around the world, many universities are now either constructing or retrofitting classrooms to make them flexible, high-tech, active learning spaces.
What we're trying to do is create a more student-friendly campus and to try to create teaching spaces that are more modern.
Virtually most of our classrooms on the Sudbury campus have been completely modernized with half a dozen LCD displays in each classroom, flexible seating, flexible tables, blackboards, whiteboards, everything to accommodate the various teaching and learning styles.
We have made a deliberate decision to modernize our facilities. Our oldest building is the University College, so it is actually under renovation now, to make it modern and up to date.
How widespread are active learning classrooms or new flexible classrooms?
So Ken, thank you for mentioning that. That has been an experiment. These are expensive to build. When you create these classrooms, you just don't know whether professors are going to use them or not, because it's up to the professors to use them. But what we have found is really there are lots of professors who want to use them, and we cannot meet the demand.
The growing emphasis on entrepreneurial education means that many universities are constructing space for campus accelerators, incubators, or research parks.
Entrepreneurship space and those sort of things.
There's an update happening to our former Phys Ed Center, which will now be coming the Innovation and Wellness Center. So it will be innovation incubator for the Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science.
If you have an entrepreneurial spirit, we have also the lounge zone where they can start from day one new ideas and take them to the next level. And why not have an opportunity to start a company from Horizon.
Likewise, UOIT's new $100 million Center for Advanced Research, Innovation and Entrepreneurship combines advanced manufacturing research facilities with entrepreneurship and innovation space.
We're developing a research and innovation park which will focus on green industry and clean tech. That's about 100 acres, and that's another major development.
And I think soon to be announced some innovation monies, the federal government for some innovation center at Brock University in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Not surprisingly, with STEM enrollments rising and research funding flowing, much campus construction is focused on new facilities for science, engineering, and health sciences programs.
It seems like a yearly thing. 2 years ago we had the Cairns building. There's 271 labs and a state-of-the-art science building.
The new engineering building, again, a place where students can really be engaged, working with industry, doing all the things that their education's about.
So, in combination of our Bachelor of Health Sciences, we're right now building a health sciences building. So we'll have a lot of wet labs. You can see the walls are being built right now, and we're expecting it to open next fall.
New Valley Living with Lake Center, $20 million project.
We have a new informatics research building that's broken ground in the last several weeks, which will be ready for the fall of 2017.
So in the last few years, the University of Ottawa has built the Advanced Research Complex, which is a state-of-the-art building. It's the largest photonics center in all of Ontario. It's also home to the largest and Canada's only accelerator mass spectrometer.
To accommodate a projected 25% growth in engineering enrollments, Western University has broken ground on a new 100,000 square foot engineering building.
One building that we're very excited about, which we are about to embark on, is a new STEM complex: science, technology, engineering, mathematics. The key factor here linking all of these faculties together is innovation, entrepreneurship, discovery, creativity.
With solid student interest in the professions, universities are building new and larger space for their professional faculties.
We've completed our renovations of our Faculty of Law in the old Port Arthur Collegiate Institute, and it's an absolutely stunningly beautiful 100-year-old building that was a high school.
This year it's our Goodman School of Business, $22 million addition onto that.
And then there's Laurentian University's new $45 million MacEwan School of Architecture, built in a number of heritage buildings in downtown Sudbury. So if the past few years on these 14 university campuses are any indication, and I think they are, we're seeing institutions investing in new teaching and research facilities for the STEM fields and the professions, new campus amenities like residences and food services, social and informal study spaces, high-tech libraries and flexible classrooms, business incubators and research parks, and new integrated or targeted student services. These capital projects reflect university's commitment to some long-term program trends and an investment in campus quality of life. Thanks again for taking 10 with me. If you found this episode interesting or useful, please click like so we can tell. We have so many topics in the pipeline for future episodes, but I think right now we're going to focus on gathering examples of holiday greeting videos from last December. With any luck, we'll have it out in time to inspire those of you creating your own for this year. To be sure you don't miss upcoming episodes, you can subscribe to 10 with Ken on iTunes, YouTube, or by email. Subscribers to my free email newsletter will continue to get exclusive early access to upcoming episodes, a full week before the general public. We'll see you next time.